bless them back in. Hey, 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 is there anybody in here that can hop up and turn around and sit right back down and say, every time I turn around, the Lord, he keeps on blessing me. Yeah, Gideon was influenced with leadership. Somebody shout out leadership. He had instructions from the Lord, but there was something down in Gideon's heart that was intimidated by the lookers. And you know who the lookers are in your life, because the text says he had problems with his father's household. He had problems with the community. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, neighbor, that's what you call lookers. He had problems from people who were close to him. And what Gideon had is he had problems with his friends. He had problems with his enemies. And when you put the two together, you call that the frenemy syndrome. And David says the frenemy syndrome is something like this. It wasn't an enemy who was taunting me, because I could have took that. It wasn't a foe who was insulting me, because I could have handled that. Instead, it was a close friend. It was a close companion. And don't sit there and act like you ain't got no frenemies in your life. But I've got good news. I said I've got good news for you this morning. Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse number 8. Jeremiah heard the Lord saying, don't be afraid of their faces. Tell me why, Jeremy, should I not be afraid of their faces? Because the Lord says, I'm with you to deliver you. Have I got a witness here? Help me, Paul. Romans 8 and 31 says, what shall we say then to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? I've got to close here now, but if you ain't ready to shift, then you ain't going to shift at all. Is there anybody in here that says by sunup, God has no choice but to shift me around? Yeah, by sunup, some things gotta move around in my life, and I've gotta go here, y'all. But not only did we see the selection of the men, not only did we see the situation of the men, but I'm leaving where I tell you, look at the success of the men, because with no names recorded, the men showed us their nature. The Bible says the Lord gave Gideon the instructions. Gideon used his influence. He was intimidated, but he didn't let that intimidation stop him from initiation. Good morning, kingdom, but you gotta get to work. I don't care who's against you. If God be for you, he's more. I said he's more. He's more than the world against you. How do I know that the men had success? The Bible says that the next morning, that was after the night shift, I said yes, the next morning You know Gideon, the coward, Gideon, that punk, Gideon, the timid one, Gideon, the intimidated one, Gideon has shifted from a cowardly weakling into a courageous warrior. God is shifting. How long did he do it? He did it overnight. And I want to tell you, thanks for listening to this here series. But if you've been crying over in the night season, we've been good endure for a night. Yeah! Yes, yes. Have you been convinced? Have you been convicted? Are you ready to be converted? Help me preach it here. Help me preach it here. Ask your neighbor,